In a dense forest in the east, two black swans nestled closely together under the lotus pond. Suddenly, a loud shout startled them. "Damn it, I've actually reincarnated." His hands trembled, his face was wrinkled and aged, and his hair was completely white. He opened his mouth wide in shock, revealing only a few remaining teeth, the rest nearly gone. In terror, he thought, how did I become like this? Just a moment ago, I was dozing off in math class. He recalled his appearance in the classroom. He raised his hand to touch his wrinkled face and cried out angrily, "Oh my God! I'm a 185 centimeters tall man, never had a girlfriend, and was just about to embrace a beautiful college life. How did I wake up as an old man?" He blankly touched his forehead with two fingers and said, "I'm not willing to accept this. If I really transmigrated, then this old man must be some kind of supreme expert. I need to check his memories." This was the Kunlun realm, where cultivators were supreme. Cultivation levels were divided into Qi refining, foundation establishment, golden core, nascent soul, soul formation, unity, great ascension, tribulation crossing, and true immortal. The original owner of the body was Yi Junlin, a man of outstanding talent. He had reached the golden core stage in his youth, and with his exceptional aptitude, he was chosen as the peak master of Misty Peak in the Shantian sect, one of the 6 major sects in the eastern region of Huangzhou. However, during a mission to eradicate demonic cultivators, he was ambushed, his dantian destroyed, causing him to lose all his cultivation and become a cripple. Over the next 10 years, he grew sluggish and lived a reclusive life in the mountains, indifferent to worldly affairs, until he turned 110. After absorbing the original owner's memories, he was left speechless. "After all that, I'm just an ordinary person." Tears welled up in his eyes as he said, "And if I go by my previous age, doesn't that mean I could die at any moment? I just transmigrated." Suddenly, a thought struck him, "Wait a minute. Based on my years of writing web novels, if I transmigrated, there must be a system." After saying this, he confidently stroked his beard and said, "I still have a chance." He forcefully struck the ground with his stick, raised his hand, and shouted loudly, "System! Your father is here. Hurry up and come out to meet me." The surroundings remained silent, nothing happened. He shouted even louder, "Are you playing hide and seek with me? Come out now. Stop messing around." Left with no choice, he clasped his hands together and pleaded, "Brother System, I was wrong. I was just joking earlier. Please say something." Another thought came to him, "Right." He rummaged through the original owner's clothes and said, "Maybe the system isn't stored somewhere. Perhaps it's the old man's ring. Let me take advantage of an old man for once." He picked up the ring and shouted, "Medicine Elder. Are you in there?" The ring remained completely silent. He anxiously yelled, "Old man. Stop pretending, I know you're hiding inside." Disappointed to the extreme, he threw the ring away. After some time, he furiously raised his stick toward the sky and cursed, "Heavens!" Suddenly, a blue light flashed, and a voice sounded, detected that the host is cursing. Such behavior is inappropriate. The system is forced to activate passive mode. Host, please refrain from cursing. Please be a civilized person. He exclaimed in shock, "System." He looked up at the system with tears streaming down his face. "You finally appeared. Why are you so unreliable? I was starting to think this novel had turned into a mundane slice-of-life story." "System, apologies. I was in a deep sleep earlier and just woke up. To make up for it, I'm giving the host a newbie gift pack. Would you like to open it?" He angrily said, "Hurry up and open it for me." System notification, "Congratulations, host. You have acquired a special ability, the stronger the opponent, the stronger you become. As long as the host confronts anyone with a higher cultivation level, you will instantly gain cultivation one level higher than your opponent. Additionally, there are no side effects. He widened his eyes and thought, damn, is this really the case? For example, if I became an ordinary person and had to fight an immortal. Seeing that he didn't believe it, the system said, this system never lies. Try it out, I guarantee there's no problem. Seeing this, he was overjoyed. But if this is really the case, doesn't that mean I'm invincible? I'll always be one level higher than my opponents. Cultivation. Cultivate my ass. The system kindly reminded him again, contractor, you have only 1 hour left before your life ends. Carrying the original owner's aging body, he wanted to go down the mountain. No way. Am I really dying soon? I have to hurry down the mountain, find someone, and pretend to collide with them to gain cultivation and extend my life. He struggled down the mountain, panting as he spoke, great, so you're saying the heavenly demon is waiting up there? Now look at the trouble you've caused me. The system reminded, contractor has 35 minutes of life remaining. Death is approaching. He replied impatiently, stop rushing me. You make it sound like a funeral. My old bones probably won't make it in time. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and thunder roared. What's going on? Are those dark creatures demon beasts? A group of people rushed over from nowhere. A man in white clothing shouted aggressively, how dare you? Which demon dares to provoke our Shantian sect? It turned out he was the sect master of Shantian sect, Su Yonyan. A monstrous giant eagle cursed at the group. Shameless scum of Shantian sect. You never expected this demon king to still be alive. Today, I will kill you all. The man in white pointed at the giant eagle and said, so it's you, you beast. At the beginning of the year, you massacred the Thunder Nation, and I gravely wounded you. I knocked you down a 10,000-foot cliff, yet you survived and now dare to seek revenge, bringing these beasts with you. The monstrous giant eagle soared into the sky, released a surge of power, and laughed smugly. Is this enough for you? The people were all panicked, their faces tense. What? It actually broke through to the nascent soul stage. A man in brown clothing asked Su Yonyan, sect master, what should we do? We're no match for a nascent soul cultivator. His expression changed, and he turned around, shouting loudly, even so, we can't just stand by and do nothing. They decided to fight to the death. At this point, we can only give it our all and protect Shantian sect. They charged together, led by Su Yonyan. The monstrous giant eagle also commanded its followers to attack. All of you, wipe out these stinking Taoists for me. A fierce battle erupted between the two sides. He stood on the sidelines, his body weak. The original owner's body trembled as he said, hey! Someone hit me. Quick, hit me. The system displayed, contractor has 20 minutes of life remaining. Please take immediate action to save yourself. He was so scared that sweat covered his forehead, and he weakly reached forward. No way, how is reincarnation coming this fast? They're too far away to hear me at all. He dragged his weak body forward step by step. It's too late to go down the mountain now. This is my only option. The monstrous giant eagle looked at the group with disdain and sneered, humph, too weak. If this is all your strength, today will be your doomsday. I'll show you how powerful the nascent soul stage is. It released a massive surge of power from high above. The Taoists were all injured, falling to the ground and groaning in pain while clutching their wounds. At this moment, Su Yonyan finally realized the huge gap between the golden core stage and the nascent soul stage. The monstrous giant eagle laughed smugly. Who else dares to resist? Just sit there and wait for death. It heard a voice from the distance. It was him trying to attract its attention. Hey, stupid bird. Come here. Stop looking around, I'm talking to you. The bird went mad with rage and cursed, "You old bastard. Do you have a death wish? How dare you insult me?" He kept provoking it with a loudspeaker, "Stupid bird. If you're not convinced, come fight me. I'm standing right here. If you don't come over, that makes you my grandson." He thought to himself, "Good thing I noticed in time. I remember from the original hosts' memories that there's a loudspeaker at home. As long as I power it with a spirit stone, it works. Otherwise, I'd be doomed." The bird, fuming with anger, charged forward, muttering, "In my entire life, I've never met someone this arrogant. Ha! No, I was wrong. Today, I've finally met one." It seemed Su Yonyan recognized the original host. He realized it was junior brother Yi. One of the women among them also exclaimed, "Oh my God! Is that the once legendary floating peak?" Another Taoist said, "He's been out of the martial world for decades. Why has he suddenly appeared here?" The sect master of Su Yonyan thought, "He probably wants to make himself useful. Too bad he was ambushed and had his cultivation crippled back then, turning into a useless man. And now, he dares to mock King Chen. Isn't he just asking for death?" The bird sneered at him, "Ha ha ha. So you're just a washed-up old man from decades ago." He was too exhausted, so he could only provoke it further, "Grandson. I don't even need cultivation to kill you and turn you into roast chicken. If you dare to come, then come and die." He was sweating profusely. Why is this stupid bird still yapping? If it doesn't attack me, I'm dead for sure. As only a few seconds remained, he desperately shouted, "Help. Hurry up, hurry up." The bird unleashed a spell and declared, "Since you're so eager to die, I shall turn you into ashes." He was overjoyed, finally. "It's coming." System prompt **** detected that the contract holder is being attacked by an early-stage nascent soul enemy. Now activating. Effect: the stronger the enemy, the stronger you become. Obtaining mid-stage nascent soul cultivation. A red glow surrounded him like flames. He asked the system, "Is this the nascent soul stage?" The system replied, "Of course, this system is highly professional." The bird's aura clashed with his, causing a massive explosion. The bird was dumbfounded, unable to comprehend what had just happened. The Su Yonyan Taoists discussed, "What kind of terrifying aura is this? Is junior brother Yi still alive?" At this moment, an awe-inspiring scene unfolded before everyone's eyes, accompanied by the overwhelming power of the nascent soul realm. He stretched out his hand to feel it, thinking to himself, "So this is the power of the nascent soul stage. No wonder it's considered one of the strongest techniques in the human realm, truly terrifying." The bird, now panicked and stammering, asked, "Why you are also at the nascent soul stage? Your cultivation is even higher than mine." The Taoists were in utter shock and exclaimed, "How is this possible? Junior brother Yi is actually a nascent soul expert. So all these years, he's been hiding his strength. He looks like an ordinary mortal, but in reality, he has already broken through to the nascent soul realm. Junior brother Yi, you're a fraud." Everyone was astonished by his newfound power. Su Tieshue choked up, "Junior brother Yi actually." While Zhao Dezhu looked utterly incredulous and shouted, "That's the nascent soul realm. No one in the wild continent has ever reached it, and yet, our Xiantian sect has produced one." At this point, the eagle demon was no longer as arrogant as before. Seeing his overwhelming power, it realized it was no match and humbly clasped its hands together, pleading, "Fellow Taoist, it was all just a misunderstanding. Earlier, I have decided not to be enemies with your sect. In the future, I will even visit as a guest." Just then, system prompt ***, congratulations to the contract holder for obtaining cultivation for the first time. Rewarding a divine ability, randomly selected, great light candle heaven finger. Upon hearing this, the eagle demon shuddered in terror, realizing there was no way to negotiate its way out. It made one last attempt to reason, your cultivation may be slightly stronger than mine, but the gap isn't that wide. Do you really want to fight me to the death? Di Junlin had already made up his mind to fight to the end. He angrily pointed at its face and said, if you don't offend me, I won't offend you. But if anyone offends me, I will definitely take revenge. Moreover, you have committed many crimes in the mortal world, so punishment is inevitable. Not to mention you. A monster like you, who has killed so many humans, doesn't deserve to be pitied even in death. The monster was burning with rage and had no intention of tolerating him any longer. It spread its wings, displaying immense power. You wretch! You forced me to do this. Determined to fight to the death, it declared, even if I burn up all my inner cores, I will drag you down with me. He showed no fear and sneered, ignorant fool. At that moment, he had already disappeared, leaving behind only a loud explosion and a terrifying force suddenly erupting. The monster screamed in fear, its eyes widened, and its mouth formed an O shape as it watched the massive power unfold. Seeing death approaching, the monster decided to use a trick and negotiate with him. This is. Stop. Wait a moment, Di Junlin. I'll give you my wife, and I'll abandon my clansmen as well. I beg you. I just entered the nascent soul stage, I don't want to die yet. He completely ignored its words and launched an attack, sending it straight to the underworld. His immense power caused an explosion, shattering and scattering the surrounding land and rocks. Then, a great fire erupted, and thick smoke filled the air. Seeing that their king was dead, the remaining monsters were terrified and hurriedly fled. As they fled, they shouted, "The king is dead. We must run." However, how could Di Junlin let them escape so easily? Trying to run. With a wave of his hand, everything was completely incinerated. His power was truly terrifying, no one could escape from him. After finishing everything, he flew to the sect master and said softly, "These filthy birds will never bother." Tianxian sect again. Su Yumian let out a sigh of relief, "Junior brother D. This time, we really owe you." Seeing him, the third senior brother hurriedly clasped his fists and apologized, "I apologize. I thought you were completely crippled before, but I didn't expect you to have broken through to the nascent soul stage." The peak master of Tianxiang Peak, Su Tieshue, interrupted him and said, "What nonsense. Look at junior brother D's demeanor, how could he have ever been crippled?" The peak master of Cangjin Peak, Zhao Dezhu, added, "That's right. Junior brother D is humble, so he doesn't flaunt himself and instead silently protects the sect." They quickly praised him without any doubt, which made Di Junlin breathe a sigh of relief. He thought to himself, "This guy has quite the imagination. But that's fine, it saves me the trouble of explaining." Just as they had overcome a crisis and were feeling relieved, someone suddenly rushed in and shouted anxiously, "Report to the sect master. A major disaster has occurred. 2 disciples, covered in injuries, stumbled in, one barely able to stand. In a panic, they said, the Fenglai sect suddenly attacked to seize our sect's spiritual mines and spirit veins. The disciples guarding the mines suffered a tragic fate." This news shocked everyone, especially the sect master, Su Yumian, who could hardly believe his ears. His anger surged, "How is that possible? Doesn't Fenglai sect usually have a good relationship with us? How could they dare to act so boldly this time?" Su Yumian was deeply concerned. The spirit veins and mines are crucial to Tianxian sect. Without them for cultivation, it would be like cutting off our path to immortality. This will push us to the brink of destruction. After saying this, he turned to Di Junlin. "Junior brother D. I am preparing to lead the disciples to reclaim our resources. Would you be willing to help?